Hello, everybody. Welcome to the demo of Fusang Vault platform, which is our Fusang custody platform. Welcome to this demo. Allow me to have a quick introduction while we're collecting all the participants at the moment. So Fusang Vault is your institutional grade digital asset custodian. It's an institutional grade digital asset custodian that serves actually indeed both institutional clients as well as individual investors. Fusang Custody Limited is a licensee under the Hong Kong registries as a trust and service company service provider. This means that we actually compare with the FATF, AML, and KYC standards that ensures a proper corporate governance to keep your assets. In terms of technology, we actually own the architecture ourselves. These also including the intellectual properties. We also run the encryption process on our own. I would like to also highlight the fact that this encryption process is taken place in multiple levels. Is also happening in an environment that is completely disconnected with the internet, therefore ensure the security of your assets. Now I would like to show you guys, if you type in vault at fusang.co, you'll be able to land in this sign-in page. One of the most asked questions is about how to use the 2FA code. So all you need to do is find your smartphone, and basically whether you're using iPhone, Apple system, or as well as Android, simply find the Google Authenticator and download it, and type in, key in your email ID as well as password. After you click on sign in, they will ask you to put in the 2FA code. For the sake of demonstration, we'll be using a UAT level. So after you log in, this is the interface. So once we log in, on the left-hand side, we have three different tabs. We have assets, users, and report, which we'll touch upon later. In addition, on the top right corner, we have the users. So after you click on the user, you'll be able to see the profile. As you can see, Alpha Fusang is a female and is a super user. And afterwards, you can also click on support. It gives you the details in case if you have any questions about how to use the platform, welcome to contact us here. In addition, you can also log out. So let's say if we back to the platform, on the top right corner, we have create wallet. We have all assets versus my assets. This is the place where the different user roles comes in place. For example, super user is your admin, your management level in terms of managing whole platform. It can be assigned based on different roles in your team. But in terms of managing the platform, super user is your admin versus user is quite straightforward. When user wants to make policy changes, they probably need to contact internally to find your super user. So because this is Alpha Fusang is a super user, we can see that all the assets versus my assets. By contrast, if you are just normal user, you can only see my asset type. And below that, we have all status. You can filter the wallets by different status. You can also filter the wallet by different policy types, in addition by asset types. Let's say if I choose Bitcoin, I've got all the filters set up. If you want to simply click on the cross, you'll be able to cancel all the filters straight away. And now one of the most asked questions is, how can I, let's say I've got a third-party crypto wallet and I would like to transfer all my assets into Fusang Vault. How do I do that? Well, it's very simple and straightforward process. All you need to do, let's say if I would like to transfer Bitcoin, just simply find on the top right corner, we have this 3 dots button, and you'll be able to simply click on copy address, and then you'll be able to transfer based on the copy address. And vice versa. Let's say if I want to move out assets from my Fusang Vault wallet, all we need to do is simply also find the 3 button and find fund, transfer fund. You'll be able to land in this. This is a very quick, simple way as you have a one glance of all the details we need. The way we designed it is to make it as simple as possible. So you just simply fill in, let's say, to this particular wallet address, and I would like to transfer 12% or exactly the exact amount. Here you go, you can choose the network fees. Let's say I'm on a budget, I can choose normal. Let's say if I don't mind, I can choose fast. If you choose normal, you can see the network fees is a bit cheaper. In addition, in the end, you'll see the total amount as well as the available balance, give you a gauge, and then you'll be able to say, thank you for dinner, and then click on transfer. Last step, as the actual security measure, we ask you to put in the 2FA code. Voila! You can see all the transaction requests they are sent, these transactions sent successfully. And then the next question is, how can I deposit to the exchange? Well, you can deposit directly to the exchange's trading deposit by clicking Fund, Trading Deposit, as well as Trading Withdrawal. Now, I would like to take everybody back, our attention back to the interface. Now we can see from left to the right, we have asset, shows you different asset type, as well as wallet. It shows you, let's say, Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin Flash, Bitcoin Secure. Of course, you can rename the wallet as you like, but defaulted, we changed the name as for this as Flash, according to different policy levels as personal preference. Also, we have total balance. So total balance is equal to custody balance plus trading balance. Custody balance is quite simple, quite straightforward, is all the assets that you're holding on the platform as in Fusang Vault. Versus trading balance is in sync with Fusang Exchange. It means your trading deposit. Now we notice that under the custody balance, we have available and total. What does it mean? What is the difference between total and total balance? It just basically means it takes time for the blockchain to complete a transaction. It can vary from 10, 15 minutes to 1 hour, as we all know. So let's say if I have total 10 Bitcoin and I make the transfer of 5 Bitcoin to my friend Juliet, and available Bitcoin while the transaction is happening on the blockchain, available balance will be 5 Bitcoin versus and total will be 10 Bitcoin. But when the transaction is completed and my friend Julia have successfully received that 5 Bitcoin, you'll be able to see as available 5, total 5. So trading balance, as mentioned, is in sync with your Fusang Exchange trading balance. So that accurately reflects your trading balance on the Fusang Exchange. And one of the last questions, another questions that most people ask is that how to create a wallet. Now we've got a clear understanding in terms of the fundamentals. Creating wallet is rather simple on Fusang Exchange, Fusang Vault platform. If we create wallets, and we'll be able to see we have wallet policy types. Now these we can see is frozen, secure, and flash. So I would like to highlight that these are just basically 3 different templates for you to change. Feel free to change different policies for different security levels. So we have flash. Flash is the easiest one, is the most flexible ones. Versus secure is sort of in the middle, and frozen have the most stringent security levels. As you can see, under the flash, we have different policy settings: transaction start time, transaction end time. I wouldn't go into the specific details about this, but just having a general idea of that, flash provides you the most flexible security settings. For example, you can see there is defaulted no restriction for maximum allowed frequency cap, as well as no restriction for maximum allowed wallet address. In addition, you can also set a transaction unit of measures. Let's say I set daily and frequency cap of 60, which means that I'm only allowed, under this secure template, I'm only allowed to make maximum 60 frequent transactions daily. So afterwards, all we need to do is simply, let's say, name your wallet address. Now, there are many people also ask the question of the number of users that we actually allow on for each wallet. We actually don't have a specific limit of how many users that you can add, but it doesn't make sense for you to add 1,000 users, right? It has to be sensible. You have to make sense to your team and your business needs. So for now, I will set 3 numbers of different users. Now, required number of signatures. So it gives you the design of Fusang Vault is to basically meet your business needs and make it as flexible as you can whilst ensure as high security levels. So now if I set 2 required number of signatures, it means that for each transaction happen in this wallet, at least 2 people, for these 2 people's signatures, they are required in order for this transaction to complete. And then we'll be able to select wallet type. So now it's time to add my teammate. I can choose Theta. So Alpha is the signer. Theta is also the signer. In addition, we can add the third one is Beta, but Beta is a viewer. So now we have the signer, so it's very flexible, depends if, let's say, this transaction can only happen with these 2 signatures in place. Now it puts you bed in with more ease that you know that you will only go through with these 2 people have actually viewed the transaction. So now I just have a last overview and click on submit. Perfect. So now I've created a wallet, but I'm not seeing it on my platform. Why? Is because by this time, Fusang, as a team, our operation team will receive a ticket. This is the time we conduct a verification process. And then when we verify this is the legit, is coming from your own company that is safe and secure, and then we'll be able to approve your policy request. And when it's confirmed, you'll be able to receive an email confirmation and notifying you, say, I have successfully created this wallet. Now, if let's say I click into each wallet, you'll be able to see the details on the wallet level. Now we can see the transaction types. You can see all the past transactions which I've just made earlier in progress, as well as wallet users. Now you can see I only give access to beta and alpha for this one so far, as well as wallet settings. Now this is the place that you'll be able to flexibly change your wallet settings according to your business needs. And then afterwards, you just need to click on edit and change it here. Now we have audit trail. This is a highlight that I would like to mention because I understand that for many companies, if you are a hedge fund or wealth management or family office, they rely on the audit trail in terms of reconciliations and internal reporting. This is where you can find. But there's also a better way. We can use the report function, which we'll show you later. In addition, we have task. Right now, there's no outstanding task, but if you have outstanding, let's say someone's pending signature, you'll be shown as the task that outstanding here. Also, we have policy settings. Policy settings, you'll be able to flexibly change here. Whenever you make policy settings, we'll also need to conduct a verification on our backend in order to prove and make sure that this is not just coming from random people. And here we go. We have this wallet level. On the top right corner, we have wallet address. This is simply for your reference. You can simply click on copy, and you'll be able to copy wallet address. Now, I would like to address one of the a few of other most frequently asked question is what exactly is super users and users, as well as viewers and signers. Well, super users and users, as you can see on the top right, as Alpha Fusang is at the platform level. It just simply means admin versus non-admin. Viewers, it doesn't necessarily happen on the platform level, it happens on the wallet level. So let's say I can have one super user, but with my team, I can assign either their viewers, or signers. But super user is the one you can see as the admin on the platform level, versus viewer signers is on the wallet level. The other question is we would like to see the users tab. Now it gives you more straightforward overview in terms of who in your team play what kind of role. So again, it gives you more flexibility in terms of how you like to structure your corporate governance and how would you like to structure your team in terms of having a clear delegation of duties. In addition, feel free to export into Excel once you have a large team to manage. One of the other questions that we often receive is how to invite another user. Let's say if Theta is actually not in the platform, I've got another new joiner, let's say my friend Juliet would like to be invited in this platform. So we always need to do is simply by click on invite. We will need to type in the first name, last name, country code, these basic information, as well as email ID. Whether you pick them as a super user or not is entirely up to your team. But having in mind, let's say if my friend Juliet had not been onboarded to Fusang Vault platform, if we send out this request, Juliet will receive an email. So we will start to onboard Juliet first to make sure that we are KYC and AML are conducted properly before she's invited. However, if I have 10 wallets and Julia is already on the platform, but Julia is just simply not involved in not involved in this platform, forgive me, but Julia has completed KYC and AML, then that is fine. But the most case we've seen so far is that if you would like to invite additional users who are not on the platform, who have not completed onboarding, we will need to onboard them, start KYC and AML first before we can invite the user. The last tab I would like to mention is reports. So report transaction, now you'll be able to see all the past transactions and each individual user's username, as well as from wallet to wallet, all the past transaction activities, as well as assets, send assets, these you can see the detail. The most, I would say, great things about this is that you can actually export as Excel. So allow me to change my screen to show you the Excel. Voila. So in the Excel, you see this is the most beautiful thing, because I understand that many users, let's say if you're asset manager or funds, you're not going to spend entire day on the platform, which we completely understand, which is why it made this function actually awesome. So all you need to do is simply go on the platform and download whatever you need and just work on the spreadsheet across the team, whether it be reporting or reconciliation. It gives you extra sense of flexibility instead of staying online all day. So now you can see you have username, wallet address, all the specific details. In addition, you can also see, let's say, if I have rejected certain transaction, you'll be able to see reasons to reject. Now, at last, let me take over the screen to Fusang Vault platform. We pretty much touched upon everything. I would like to address another question is a lot of people ask, how can I delete a wallet? The thing is, if you want to delete a wallet, feel free to contact support team. We'll be able to deactivate the wallet. So therefore, you will not be able to see the wallet on the platform, but the wallet itself is actually being deactivated. Great, so now we've touched upon pretty much all the details. Let's have our Q&A session for the last 10 minutes. Let's see. Okay, cool. One of the questions is that how many users can manage my Fusang Vault account? I've actually touched upon this. For Fusang Vault account, we don't have we don't specifically limit amount of users that you can invite them to join, but it has to be like sensible, right? It doesn't particularly make any sense that if you invite 1,000 people. We've got another question. Great. Where are my FSC digital shares stored? It's actually great news. Look at, oh, we've got more questions about FSC token. Wonderful. For FSC, as you can see, right now we have Fusang Corp, which is FSC digital shares, is our pre-IPO rounds. We're raising additional further 7.5 million through the issuance of FSC digital shares. Please feel free to visit our investor page, as well as feel free to email at fsc@fusang.co. So when you, let's say, some investors subscribe FSC, your asset, you don't need to worry about the custody part, because given that we're a licensed and regulated custody platform, we'll be able to fully handle the custody of your FSC digital shares. We've got more questions that when we'll be able to trade our FSC token. This is a great question because we often receive that question. So let me just put it this way. Your FSC token is fully transferable, meaning that, let's say, if you're willing to transfer to a friend, as long as he or she is accredited investors and properly completed our onboarding and KYC process, we have onboarded them to the platform, is fully transferable. However, if you referring to being FSC token being listed and freely traded, right now we are looking at our FSC will be listed very soon. In addition, we will also have our own IPO in 2021. By the time that is listed on the Fusang Exchange, it is fully tradable. You can buy and sell as you want, but I still want to highlight the fact that right now it's fully transferable, as long as we properly conducted the KYC AML and onboarded that accredited investors to our platform. Thank you, Sakit, for your question. Right, we've received all overwhelming interest about FSC questions. Hi, Kaushk, forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong. Can I buy FSC in small quantity, let's say 50 to 100? So the minimum subscription right now is technically 666 shares. So you can see in the way it's 1,000 USD. But for this offering, we only open for accredited and investors, or AKA professional investors. So the minimum ticket is 1,000 USD. Oh, thanks, Sakit. I see. Nice presentation. Welcome. Thank you for joining. In addition, any other questions? Are cryptocurrency under Fusang Vault custody held in segregated accounts? Absolutely, yes. So as you can see, right, we have different assets and different wallets. So these are all segregated wallets. So the idea of design for Fusang Vault platform is to make it pretty much, I would say, like your HSBC online banking account. So you can just basically transfer on the front end, transfer the assets as freely, as easily as you can. But in the back end is actually run a multiple layer of encryption process as well, and the encryption process again is happening in an isolated environment. Therefore, it's 100% secure. But in terms of front end, the idea is we design this segregated wallet. So then it allows you to basically kind of like your HSBC online banking account interface. Hi, Chi. Can Fusang Wallet deposit all type of tokens that under ERC20 token? Absolutely, yes. So right now we support ERC Ethereum blockchain, ERC20 standard tokens. And in the future, we're also looking at ERC 1400. In the future, gradually we'll bring out more standard along the way. This is awesome. We have more questions. Any more questions? Right. Co-signing arrangement. Co-signing arrangement, I understand that, for example, if you manage your own funds across a team of 15 to 20, as I said, you can set a super user, which is the admin. And then anyone can be users, anyone can be signers or viewers. But signers and viewers, again, is happening on the wallet level. That meaning that if you set only 2 people out of 10 are signers, these transactions will only go through once these 2 signatures are being in place. How to freeze a wallet. Awesome. So how to freeze a wallet, on the right side, we have 3 dots. And if you click on freeze, you can simply freeze the wallet. In some situation where we detect suspicious activity, our backend will also freeze the wallet in special occasions. All right, any more questions? How to export all my transaction type. Okay. We've just showed earlier, so we have this report transaction tab, and right now you can see. You can also, in addition, filter by users, let's say theta or beta or alpha, and specifically export these users by users, basically. Cool. Thank you guys for the question. Any more? How to change policy settings, minimum balance. These you can absolutely freely change. So for example, I have this Bitcoin Flash wallet. I click onto the wallet and you'll be able to see transaction, wallet user, wallet settings. If you want to change not normal settings, but policy settings in terms of your compliance requirements or the way you would like to manage your team, you can simply click on edit and specifically change. So let's say you can see I am changing on the Asia transaction hour limit. So they will only be able to make transaction from this specific time to this time. So within this interval, they'll be able to make transaction. So it's good in the way that you can actually go to bed feeling at ease. You can sleep knowing that no one will actually make transaction within certain time period. So it gives you more actual security, I would say. In addition, you also feel free to change the transaction volume cap as well as frequency cap and minimum balance. So afterwards, simply click on request, and then we'll be able to receive that ticket in the backend. What we need to do is to do the verification, make sure that these policy request settings are coming from the proper parties that in your company, because you don't want to just prove it straight away. So we actually conduct this VCA process, which is a verification process in our back end, make sure the policy change is actually from appropriate person. Right. Cool. Any other question? Confirm. Let's see. All right then, so that leaves us the proper exact 1 minute left. Please, again, feel free to email us at support@fusang.co. And we've actually received many questions about how to, about FSC token, as we mentioned about our pre-IPO round. Please feel free to email at fsc@fusang.co, specifically about FSC questions. Feel free to email us or contact us at any time. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you again for joining this demo. We hope to see you soon.